Okay, things that never go away, things that you still need to be familiar with, even for these skills checks, for the test, everything. In what quadrant are we? Alright? All spiders taste crunchy helps us remember. Secant, which goes with cosine, is negative. That would be when x is negative. Tangent is positive. That would be in these two quadrants. So the overlap is there in quadrant 3. Okay. For the next one, the tangent is 3/4, the cosine is negative. Find the sine. We still need to be able to do these things. Okay. What quadrant will we be in? All spiders taste crunchy. Cosine is negative. One of those two. Right? Tangent is positive. There. So we know that we are in this quadrant. Okay? Tangent, opposite over adjacent. Hypotenuse, 3, 4, 5 triangle. Okay? So what's the sine of theta? The sine of theta would be opposite over hypotenuse. And what if we were asked to find theta? Well, theta would be equal to the arc sine of -4/5. Okay? How can we do that on our calculator? Well, one, we want to make sure that we're in degree mode if we're going to work in degrees. We want to make sure we're in radian mode if we're going to work in radians. How do we change the mode? Go to mode, right, and either select radians, be sure you press enter, or select degrees. Okay? Then, what do we do next? I want to do the arc sine of -4/5. That button is right over here, second sine. Second sine. So we do the arc sine of 4/5, and we get that this is approximately 53.1 degrees. Or if we were doing it in radians, mode, change to radians, right? The arc sine of 4/5, approximately 0.927 radians. Okay. Of course, we know how to convert back and forth. If I multiply by 180 and divide by pi, there you see that 53.13. Okay. So we do need to be able to and work within these things. Alright. If we want to convert -56 degrees to radians, I know it's going to be -156 degrees times pi divided by 180, reduced fraction with pi. So let me just come over here. 156 divided by 180, math, enter, enter. That's 13/15. So I have -13 pi over 15. Okay. Convert to degrees. Convert to degrees. Once again, how do I do that? Multiply 11 pi over 6 times 180 over pi. If I set that up, right, we have 11 times 180 divided by 6, which is 330. Alright, so that's 330 degrees. Okay. Now, we could do this in a much faster route for ones with which we're familiar. 11 pi over 6, fourth quadrant. Reference angle, pi over 6. Pi over 6, we know, is 30 degrees. So reference angle, 30 degrees. So quadrant 4 angle, 330 degrees, right? We can easily go back and forth for doing that work. These things are important to be able to do correctly. Make sure that you take the time to practice.